Do you have to push the button?
Yeah, the lights should be on, so maybe.
Yeah.
And I think Christian was going to Zoom. I believe Dave Hartman said he could not attend at all.
Okay.
And Scott Barden's message was not as clear to me. He's not going to be here, but I wasn't sure if he was able to call in or Zoom in or what.
Yeah, you haven't shut up on the screen yet.
Okay. We will be going into an executive session during this meeting, and at that time, I'll just have y'all leave the room and we'll do it in here. If that's okay with whatever's easy for you technologically. That's what Kim told me.
People on Zoom.
So
And if
are
nobody's
live.
going
Right.
to be on Zoom, we can just go to
That's true.
the office.
That's true. And yeah, to make it easier, if Christian's not on Zoom and it's just us, we'll just go out of the room ourselves. Then y'all don't have to worry about it.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay.
We're live.
Okay, ready to start? Okay. It is Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. We're at the City Auditorium, the Eureka Springs Parks and Recreation Commission, here for our regular monthly meeting at 6 p.m. Roll call. Dave's not here, so we're missing Dave Hartman and Scott Barden. Possibly we'll have Christian on Zoom. May I have a roll call, please? Sam, will you do a roll
Yes.
call?
Yes. Carmen Burden,
Here.
Kevin Ruley,
Here.
Ruth Hager,
Here.
Scott Miskell, here, and myself, Sam Dudley.
Thank you, Sam. We have a quorum, don't we? 1, 2,
Yep.
3, yep, okay. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda, please?
I so move.
You have a second?
I'll second.
It was Kevin and Carmen in discussion? The agenda's fine? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's 3. That's it. Okay, motion passes 3-0. Okay. Public comments. We do have someone here that wants public comments. Please step forward. Is that Jeff? Yes, it is. Is there a microphone down there?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I do have a few handouts that I had from last time, and I did not get to hand those out to you, so I'd like to just give those to you now. You don't have to look at them now if it's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll start your 3 minutes when you're ready to start down at the microphone.
Thank you so much. Also a photo album here. I wanted to make one for everybody. I've got everything very well documented on here. I think you'll find interesting. You guys are welcome to keep this and pass it around.
Okay.
Okay.
Scott, I'm sorry, Jeff. This is not the place to address this sort of thing. There is a grievance procedure, and you need to follow the procedure.
Go over that tonight here, but I want to make sure that is seen.
I spoke with City Hall, and you are allowed to have your 3 minutes, but we're not going to discuss this paperwork you just handed out. Okay, your 3 minutes has started.
Okay. My name is Jeff Montgomery. I work at the Eureka Springs Parks and Recreation since March 16th, up until about 2 weeks ago. I was unaware and uninformed last time I came there was a 3-minute time limit. Tonight I've driven over 1 hour to be here, and I have another 1 hour drive back. just to give this 3-minute talk to get my 2 cents worth. I ask for your undivided attention to what I have to say and encourage you to thoroughly look over the papers and photographs I have for you. I'm going to focus on the priorities of Lake Leatherwood tonight, but first I'm going to say after months of biting my tongue, I had to get the truth out last time. And I know it was tough, but it had to be said. Tonight, I realize the agenda includes discussing the possibility of a full-time grounds and natural resource manager. After working directly on the front lines accommodating visitors, I've helped at the marina, I've worked on site, and worked firsthand with the visitors. I feel like a park director, ranger, or caretaker is really a high priority for the position right now. I worked helping rent boats, teaching kids how to paddle, booking cabins, helping clean up the tent sites, questions with the RV sites, and tons of questions from the visitors. I was the main person that stayed there on site. I mowed, I weed eated, I cleaned bathrooms, I emptied trash, you name it, I did it. I was pretty much the only one, and the entire summer, I was pretty much the only employee. I quickly saw firsthand things needing attention at Lake Leatherwood. I brought these up in meetings before. Our bathrooms are deplorable. There's no other way to put it. They really need work. I was really embarrassed when visitors came by and they said, "Is that your bathroom with the graffiti and everything on it?" Unfortunately, I had to say yes, but we're hoping to improve that. We desperately need trail signs and kiosks, maps for visitors. We really, really need to get back to having the maps again. We need a car counter to know how many people are coming through there. We need signs with the park rules and park hours. I think we need to consider a gate at the main entrance with a camera, with a security code. There's too many people coming and going late at night. We need to update the deteriorating conditions on buildings. We need to evaluate and document everything to make better informed decisions for better priorities.
Well,
I've got 1 minute left, maybe.
that was it.
I'm
I'm
done.
sorry. Thank you.
That's it?
I'm sorry, Jeff. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Anybody else here for public comments? No? Okay. Let me find my agenda real quick. Oh, chairman's comments. I really don't have much to say tonight, other than I'm just excited to get through the winter, get some projects done. I'm glad to see Scott's having success with getting things worked out, getting lots of projects talked about. I like the way the Finance Committee is working, all the committees are working. That's all really I want to say. I'm pretty happy with everything. Director's report, please.
Thank you. We're emerging from a very chaotic year, as you know, but I'm excited about the things that we're doing right now and the things that we have planned for next year. A lot of you have probably seen that we've been doing a huge amount of work at the dog park that's been long overdue. We've done a lot, but there's some more to go. We've got some concrete gutters that are going in, which will prevent some of the problems from erosion from up at the road. Fence repairs as well. Those are being outsourced, but both should be done within 2 to 3 weeks. The year-end reports are nearly completed. As you know, the plan of work and the condition and trend of assets was done some time ago. The budget is in draft form, and I hope that we can schedule a meeting with the Finance Committee to review that with me sometime over the next 2 weeks or so. I spoke with Kevin Ruley about that yesterday, and I have not spoken with Scott Barden about it yet, but I think it would be good for us to rehash whatever questions the Finance Committee might have. And then when it's ultimately presented to the commission in its final form, a lot of the issues would have been thought through and hashed out, and hopefully it'll be a quick decision on the budget. The biggest change, assuming the commission approves it tonight, will be the addition of a new position. That position is a kind of a combination, it'll be a number of responsibilities. It'll be the Grounds and Natural Resources Manager position with various responsibilities that will enable us to better coordinate the,
Sorry.
is my 3 minutes up?
Yeah, sorry. That's it.
It will help us to better coordinate the things like trails maintenance, road maintenance. He'll supervise some of the gardening issues in town, and so much more. And I know we'll go into executive session about the specifics of that position, but I'm really excited about the prospects of this because of the things that this job, this position will bring to the table, specifically with the person that I have in mind for that position. So I look forward to going into executive session and hopefully coming out of it with the commission having approved this position. I think the last thing on the agenda tonight then is also just related to a housekeeping issue of having a Visa card reissued because they're requiring that it be actually in an individual's name. And since the previous director, of course, is no longer with us, that card was destroyed. And they need actual action from the commission and just a signature by the chair of the commission and myself to effect that change. The previous card has been destroyed though, so it is no longer in the hands of a person that's not working with us at the moment. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Committee reports. Carmen, you want to start with Trails?
Trails did not meet last month. We will meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Main Stage.
Okay, thank you. Kevin, I think we know what you and Scott have been up to.
Yeah, we had I think a very productive workshop last time and covered a lot of ground. Scott's been working kind of with the broad stroke direction that we came out of there with. And he and I have been going back and forth, and then what we're going to do is sit down, try to get Scott, sit down, we'll schedule a meeting, which will be a public meeting since the both of us will be there. I think what I would like to do is get the three of us bought in on what is going to be proposed for 2021, send it to all the commissioners. If no one has any objections, make it public before the next meeting so that we can have public comment specifically on the proposed budget so people can see it beforehand. And then by the January meeting, we should be able to get it approved and we'll have a working budget for the year.
Yay.
We'll also, Scott Barden spent some time with Scott and Nikki a couple weeks ago going over the QuickBooks. And I know that Scott and Nikki have been working on the categories, which seem to be the biggest issue that we have with the QuickBooks, is that things were just randomly created, and if someone wasn't sure where it went, and unfortunately, Nikki was getting very little direction on these things, then new categories were being created, so there are things that are duplicated in there. I think Scott's got a pretty good handle on a lot of these things based on going through the last quarterly financials. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that wrapped up by the end of the year, get third quarter cleaned up and approved. We'll be able to approve that in the January meeting, and then have end of the year by the 1st of February.
So you have the third quarter information. You've been working with Rusty. Y'all been working with Rusty?
We haven't actually gotten anything back from Rusty on the comments that we sent him. So I think we'll need to discuss it as a committee and with Scott, but I think in the conversation that I had with Scott following the meeting they had with Scott Barden, I think there's a comfort level that we're going to be able to produce at least as good a quality reports as we have been getting. We'll have it under our own control, so we should be able to do that starting with the end of the year. I think our goal ought to be to produce our own fourth quarter and year-end financial statements and have that going forward.
Good. Yeah, I spoke with Nikki in the office, and he felt relieved to have a little more information. Was very grateful to have Scott working with him, you working with him to help him figure that out. Okay,
If I could just interject one thing, and that is that we also added a column on our purchase orders and credit card reports, so that every time somebody writes down a purchase, they'll put what account that goes in, or Nikki will fill that out. So whoever's signing the checks should be able to go down and see exactly what account that's going into. And that way, we'll know. I assume we'll get back to a director and one commissioner signing checks soon, but I'll know, and whoever's signing the checks will know what account that's going into. And we can raise the issue if we don't like where it's being allocated, we can raise that issue before it's, well, I guess it will have been entered at that point, but
it can be.
we can correct it quickly rather than waiting to the end of the year and having reports that just don't make sense.
Good idea. Any other committees? Let's see, Sam,
Well, yeah, I guess,
is it on the agenda too?
it's
or-
not really on the agenda, but, yeah, I emailed all the commissioners about a proposed calendar just to keep us on track for the year. Most likely would make it a Google Calendar to share it with everybody if you guys are okay with that app and whatnot. It's one I'm the most familiar with. And to just basic stuff, and we can add stuff to it as we go along as well. Deadlines and times for when certain documents would need to be turned in. Yeah, just a nice healthy reminder for everybody as the month goes on, because I know time kind of slips by sometimes.
Yes. What's the name of your committee again?
We are the Reports and Long-Term Planning Committee.
Thank you. Okay, I don't believe there are any other committee reports outstanding that I know of. There's nothing listed under old business. Is that true? I guess so. Go straight to new business. We have to, I guess in regular meeting, first of all, approve the position. Then we'll go into executive session to discuss whom we could hire. Yeah.
Did we want to have the conversation about the position first and in executive session in the context of everything else, and then come back out and approve it?
That makes more sense to me.
That's what I understood
Yeah.
we were doing.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree.
I think we just got those in reverse order, so.
Okay. Well, then, we need to go into executive session. We have no one on Zoom, correct? Christian's not there?
Everybody's on Zoom. I'm gonna mute the mics. Dave's gonna shut the camera and we're gonna leave.
But
Okay.
One moment, point of order. I believe we're supposed to state the reasons that we're going in, and there are two, actually.
Right.
Yes.
One is, should I go ahead and state those? Or
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
As I recall, the first one is a promotion of sorts, but not really. It's our clerk. That was a position that has been full-time since, for years. And when Dove vacated that position, Nikki took over. He was never made full-time. So we need to discuss that one. And then the second is this new position and the person that we're considering for hiring. And that name I won't mention because
Okay.
he's not currently employed.
And I believe that the first executive session listed here as number 2 for the Grounds and Natural Resources Manager, we need to have that executive session come out of that session if we are to take action from it, and go back into the other executive session for the promoting the employee for part-time to full-time.
Well, I believe we can be in executive session and
All
conduct
together?
the-
We just come out and take both actions.
Both actions at the same time?
And
Okay.
actually, it'll be all three. We'll approve.
True,
not
all three.
approve
Okay.
The position.
Okay.
Approve the proposed candidate for the position, and then Nikki's position.
Okay. Well, then we are officially in executive session now, as of 6:26. Okay. We are back to our regular Eureka Springs Parks Commission meeting. We are out of executive session. It is 6:59 PM on December 15th, 2020. Do we need to take any action based on the executive session?
Yes. I would
Yes.
like to make a motion to approve the Grounds and Natural Resources Manager position and authorize the interim director to make offer to candidate.
Ms. Kevin, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Carmen? Any discussion? All in favor? Say
Aye.
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 Motion passes 3.
You need to vote too.
Oh, yes, I do, sorry. 4-0. 4. Motion passes. Do we have,
Another motion to approve the promotion of Nikki Boyet from part-time to full-time employee at the same pay rate.
Ms. Kevin, do I have a second?
I'll second that. Yep.
No, Sam?
Yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 4-0, motion passes. Okay, and we did make it clear in that motion that the executive director will be able to hire and negotiate that grounds and natural resources manager position.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, new business, what's next? 4, removing previous director Huss from the Visa credit card. Scott, I know you mentioned it in your director's report, but we need to make that official.
Yes, just real briefly, is that the Visa card ending in 7232 has been destroyed because it did have previous director's name on it. The card company does require an individual's name on it, not just a position. And so they just have asked for a letter signed by me as the director, interim director, and by the chair, authorizing that. I've drafted the letter and just need the vote to affirm it.
Okay. Do I have a motion to remove Justin from the credit card?
And
Oh.
add Scott.
And add Scott, sorry, and add
Yes,
Scott.
I so move.
Ms. Kevin, I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Carmen? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Director votes, or chair votes, rather. So motion passes 4-0. So,
Thank you.
okay, and you'll contact them, take care of that?
The
You've got
letter's
letter?
drafted, and we'll get it out
Ready
tomorrow.
to go. Okay, cool. Let's see. Should we do minute? Oh, we have commissioner comments first, sorry. Commissioner comments. Sam, would you like to make any comments?
Well, it's more of a question. I'm not sure what to do with this photo album. Did he leave it for us to look at for a period of time, or are we supposed to return this back to him? This
I don't know.
photo album that Jeff
I
left?
don't know. We can leave it with Scott,
Okay.
and we'll,
Then, no, I don't have any comments.
Okay. Carmen, do you have any comments?
No comments. I'm really excited. It's going great.
Kevin?
Nope, I'm good.
Good?
The only thing I would ask is perhaps rather than leaving it with us, maybe we could leave it at City Hall and suggest that he could pick it up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's a good idea. Okay. My only comment is, well, happy holidays, everybody, but our next regular meeting won't be till January. We have a workshop and all that, and then we're going to maybe plan a special meeting for the other or something. I don't have any other comments, any announcements, anything else?
I think we
going on?
talked about a finance committee meeting.
Finance committee meeting?
Yeah, we'll schedule it.
We'll schedule it, let people know? Okay. And Christian can help with that. We'll let those guys know what they missed tonight, and Christian know what his duties will be. We have minutes to approve. Let's do that next. Let's see. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes, or do y'all need to review them first?
seen them.
I've already reviewed mine.
I so move.
That's Kevin.
I'll second.
It's Carmen. Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Chair votes yes, so that's 4-0. The minutes for the regular November meeting, November 17, 2020, are approved. Okay. Anything else? I think that's all we have going on, isn't it?
Thank you.
A motion to adjourn?
I so move.
It's Kevin.
All second.
Sam, second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chair votes yes. That motion passes 4-0. We are adjourned.